Linask here in the TMC newsroom, coming to you from Interop in Las Vegas. And this morning I'm talking with Luis Torres from TeamExtension. Luis, good morning. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So let's talk a little bit about Android, something that an operating system that I've thought for a long time is going to have a great market presence, and in the consumer space, we're already seeing that.
That's absolutely correct. In fact, I think that Android's already overtaken Apple in the consumer space. So we see great growth potential in the enterprise markets, and that's why I'm here today speaking with you.
So how do you see Android playing out in the enterprise space?
Well, Google is putting a lot of resources into the developer market. At the Google I/O conference, they had thousands of developers on their campus looking at the latest applications that are available and devices that are enabling Android. So what's going to happen is those developers are going to go to work and come up with all different types of ideas, right? So we've already seen that in the consumer market. Now that's going to trickle over to the enterprise market. That's where TeamExtension comes in.
So tell me, since you mentioned TeamExtension now, tell me a little about what TeamExtension does.
TeamExtension is a software development company that specializes in Java development. We've been doing that for the last 3 years. Our CTO, Bean, has over 10 years experience in the Java market. Now, as you probably know, Android's built on top of Java, so it's a natural progression for us to move into the Android market, and we've been working with companies on Android applications now for over 6 months.
So why did you choose to work on the Android platform as opposed to a couple of the other mobile operating systems?
Well, Android's built on top of Java. Like I was saying, we've got 10 years experience right in the Java market. Because all the other applications are Apple.
You also mentioned the openness of Android. How does that benefit the developer community?
Well, the standards for Android and Google Apps are much more open than they are for other platforms like Apple and Microsoft. So that leads to more creativity, and people don't have to spend money on the licensing.
There's been some question or some concern that the Android operating system is too open.
Well, define what too open is.
A lot of the applications, there's a question whether some of the applications, even many of the applications out there, aren't secure enough, maybe aren't quite, are trying to steal information, things like that.
Well, security is always going to be a big issue, but with a larger community, you're going to have more ideas, and of course there is going to be more risk, but the security community is also getting bigger and smarter, so it will evolve along with the building of the applications and the growth of the marketplace.
Can they do it in time? It seems to me that developers and hackers are always one step ahead.
I hope not, but I see just extreme growth potential in the Android space, and it's new. I mean, Apple's been around for 5 years now, or 4 years with mobile applications. Android's just leaving the train station. The consumer market's been using Android now for a year or two. There's new devices coming out, and the enterprise market is just getting off the ground, and we're very excited about it at TeamExtension.
So what kind of things can we expect to see out of TeamExtension?
Well, we're going to be working with enterprise companies, large and small, to help them build the basis for the technology that their apps are going to run on. We're not a feature and function company, but we're going to help them design the engines and the capabilities that gets the application from the server, from the storage, to the smartphone.
How big do you think the enterprise mobile app market can get?
I think that the enterprise mobile app market has unlimited growth potential just because of the number of developers that are out there, the openness. It's going to be huge.
Well, we're certainly, we started off talking about the consumer market, and if the consumer market is any indication, I would agree with you.
It already passed Apple.
Exactly.
Right.
We're talking here in the TMC newsroom at Interop in Las Vegas with Luis Torres from TeamExtension. Luis, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.